Hello, my name's Kendall, and it's nice to meet you guys. I'm going to talk about my goals, and I've really enjoyed hearing about your guys' goals and some similarities I have with some of you guys. I'll start with my short-term goals. Number one is to just continue on with this master's degree. This is my first semester taking classes, and I've really enjoyed them, and I'm just taking 6 hours while teaching. And this summer I'll be taking 9, so and I will also be nannying, so I'm hoping that that goes smoothly. And so one of my goals is to continue on with that, and of course get all A's as best as I can. So that's a major short-term goal. Another one is, and this is kind of shows my procrastinator side, but I need to start planning my units. I'm an elementary PE teacher, and I need to start planning my units more in advance. I definitely have a problem where after winter break I kind of start planning a little, as I go, which that's terrible that I admit that, but I want to really start planning units more in advance. So even like beginning of first semester, planning all my units at least for that semester, and then during winter break or when I come back for in-service, planning the next semester's units, because I get mad at myself towards this time of year that I'm like, okay, what am I doing now? And have to, use more plan time when I could have used it during like in-service work day time. Anyway, so that's a short-term goal of mine, because I definitely find myself scrounging for time. Another short-term goal that I kind of forgot about that I have written down though is at the end of this school year is our field day, and I put all of that on, and a big goal of mine is to sit down after field day and write down what happened that was good and what was bad. This year especially, it's been different. We have new PTA, and PTA has always helped me, which I'm so grateful for, but this PTA has kind of struggled a little bit with taking on some things that are usually taken on from them, and so I'd really like to, for myself, write out what worked best at field day, what I need to do, what I can take on to take load off of them, so that kind of stuff for field day. So that's coming up in May. Some midterm goals of mine. I want to continue on with my master's again. I hope to be finished, if I have it all calculated, and if I enjoy how the 9 hours go this summer, I'll probably continue to take 6 during the school year, 6 each semester, and then 9 during the summer. So I could be done within like a year and a half if I add it up correctly, which is really crazy. I don't want to push myself to go too fast or anything, because I don't need to go like at lightning speed or anything, but I'd like it to continue on and get it over with, what is a bad way to say it, but I would like to, get that finished. Another midterm goal of mine is to look into other PE positions. I am teaching where I grew up, which is so cool. I love it so much. I student taught in the district that I'm teaching in, and like I said, I also grew up going to school in this district. I'm from Kansas, from a small town called DeSoto, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to teach in the district I grew up in. It's been really cool to go to professional development and see teachers that I had, and all that kind of cool stuff. But I would like to, I kind of limit myself right now with, oh man, like I never want to leave this district. I can't ever leave this district. I don't want to. And that's super limiting, especially for a PE teacher, a PE position. And so as I look on to, teaching high school, I'd really like to do, I don't want to limit myself to just this district, because right now I'm like, oh, I would love to teach at my high school I went to with my favorite PE teacher ever, favorite coach, and that's not always how it'll work out. And so I need to stop being so naive and just put myself out there more. So that leads me perfectly into my long-term goals. I'd like to, it's hard because I love teaching elementary. I love it so much, but then I also know I would love to teach high school and middle school too, but I'd really like to teach high school, I think. High school PE, and ultimately I'd love to coach as well. I'd love to coach, here I go again, but alongside my favorite coach, an amazing PE teacher at the school I grew up in. But I'd really just love to coach either volleyball or softball, and either, assistant coach and move on to head or whatever. I just want to coach something. I've really missed being able to coach something and getting to build those relationships with the older ages. I love, love, love these younger ages, kindergarten through 5th grade. I love them so much. But I think if I could even begin coaching while teaching elementary still, and coaching high school, that would give me everything that I would want in getting to hopefully be a positive role model to those older kids, and still have those young kids that I love so much. So I'm kind of indecisive, but my goal is to coach at least something. And in my district, at least, it's really hard to be able to coach at the high school level and be an elementary teacher just because of the time difference. My school gets out an hour and 15 minutes later than middle and high school, and so their practice is already, in an hour and 15. So it's kind of hard. I know they can make exceptions, and I could maybe change my schedule around and have a different plan time, but I know that's also a lot of work, and elementary schedules are really crazy. But a goal of mine long term is to definitely at some point become a coach. I've coached before. I've coached volleyball, and I just love it, and I love building relationships with the older kids. This is just a side note, little personal goal. I hope to be married to my boyfriend in the near to little later future. So we'll see how that goes. And then, I hope long term that I have gained my master's degree, and I will just feel so accomplished with that. I'm really excited, and it's cool to tell people that I'm getting my master's, and so I think that's really cool. But these are some of my goals. So to recap, short term, continue on with masters, hopefully get A's, and also definitely plan my units more in advance. I need to not procrastinate like I do sometimes. Midterm is to continue on with masters again, but then start at least looking into other PE positions, just because I feel like there's more for me. I'm happy with where I'm at right now, but I always get that inkling of oh, that would be really fun to go there, or oh my gosh, there's an opening here, I want to check that out. And so I think that's kind of telling me I want to see other options. And then finally, my long term, get married, and then move on to high school to be a PE teacher and to coach. I just think that would be something that I really enjoy and love, and I loved it student teaching and got that little taste of it. That was 4 years ago, but I think it'd be really cool to do that. So those are some of my goals. We will see how they go, and I really enjoyed this lesson to force me to actually write them down and really think oh man, I'm not doing so good at that, or oh man, I didn't think of that earlier. And also watching your videos helped me think of my own too. So thanks so much. Have a good day.